There's a lot of Minecraft mobs that the game's creator, Mojang, won't add to the game for one reason or another. Why, oh why they wouldn't add the muddy pig, I'm not sure. This guy was originally found in Minecraft Earth, which was a geolocation-based mobile app that featured a bunch of Minecraft mob variants, and in part because of COVID, was eventually shut down. Well, he's back and added into Minecraft and has a penchant for the new mud block in-game. In the event a muddy pig finds its way over to some mud, which also has a change made to it, which we'll cover in a second, you'll see that the pig is in love, instantly emitting heart particles the moment it's found its sty. On top of that, the muddy pig has the ability to spread mud blocks from time to time, causing for the sty to get larger. Now you see, we get a slowness effect placed on us when walking through the mud, but the pigs will move at full-blown speed. And since they immediately begin getting heart particles, aka mating mode, they technically have the ability to breed on their own. On top of that, if you end up feeding the pigs carrots, they'll get bigger in size. Other mobs are also affected by the slowness effect, so in the event you find some zombies hot on your tail, when it comes time for them to chase you, they will move far more slowly as well. The pigs, though, as mentioned, have no slowness effect. Now, in terms of what you can do with the larger pigs, as mentioned, feeding them will cause them to get bigger and bigger. You can only feed them to a specific size, but once you've maxed it out, killing the pig will cause it to drop way more pork chops than it normally would be able to. As you saw, they'll also from time to time drop a flower as a tribute to the original Minecraft Earth texture. The furnace golem is another Minecraft mob Mojang has refused to add to the vanilla version of Minecraft, previously found on Minecraft Earth as well. With hostile mobs around, the golem won't necessarily do anything, but the moment you give it some coal to power it up, it will come to life and will begin attacking any nasty mobs that happen to be nearby. On top of that, once you've given it some coal, it actually has the ability to automatically smelt various different types of ores that you bring to it with one simple right click. This is particularly overpowered. It'll drop something even more special in the event you decide you're brave enough to take on fighting one of these guys. Oh, actually, he's kind of leaving me alone. I think it's because I'm the one that spawned him in. Either way, killing him will give you a very unique drop indeed. It's called the Ultra Blast Furnace. This furnace is wild. Attempting to cook any sort of ore inside it will cause it to smelt at an incredible rate. A whole stack, just like that. Now, obviously, this is massively overpowered and would be a very good reason to not include it in the game. And we'll touch on more of the specifics as to why some of these mobs wouldn't be a good fit and why Mojang made the right call near the end of the video. Or at least why we think it. Anyways, here's the Lobber Zombie, another mob that isn't fit for vanilla Minecraft. Check this out. It will actually throw poison projectiles at you, and you can't block them with your shield. But what you can do is grab some empty glass bottles and actually collect some of that projectile, grabbing yourself an item known as Potion of Splash Repel. Once you've gathered enough that you would like to have on you, you probably would consider getting rid of the zombie because he is pretty powerful. Having a Potion of Splash Repel handy is particularly useful when dealing with any nearby witches. As you can see here, we've been hit by a couple effects from a nearby witch we found. Now, if we were to drink this milk bucket at the perfect time, we could clear our effects, quickly dip out, and then drink a Potion of Splash Repel to see this power in action. You can still be hit by the witches in question if you are unlucky, but by having one of these potions effect active, you have a chance at actually blocking any incoming potions from hitting you, as you can see right here. So keeping a couple of these nearby will be plenty useful when dealing with any witches in game. But all in all, the Lobber Zombie is quite scary because not only does it deal you poison, it gives you hunger effect as well, similar to the husk. Here's another Minecraft Earth-based mob, the Cluck shroom. These guys have a unique feature indeed, from time to time spawning in new types of eggs. The egg shroom, for example. If you happen to see some of these giant red mushrooms giving off spores, well, that's the egg shroom in action. You can plant it on the ground in order to cause one of these giant spores to appear, which is capable of dealing poisonous damage anytime you or other mobs, for that example, are nearby. And it is some serious poison. It just did a bunch of damage to me. But you You can also thank the Cluck shroom for the solution to this. By eating an egg shroom, you actually become immune to the damage that these plants normally give off, which gives these plants some pretty good use case that we'll talk about a little later on. Here's a mob I wish they'd add in: skeleton wolves. These, in theory, could be found traveling alongside packs of skeletons, capable of dealing some melee damage as you deal with their ranged attacks. But if you're fortunate to be able to take out all of these creatures, as well as the wolf, you'll be greeted with a new type of drop, a small bone compared to a regular size one. Collect yourself enough small bones to make yourself a bone collar, which can power up any of your tamed wolves. So now that we've got a nice, well, you're hungry, huh? Now that we've got a nice tamed wolf, you can see that if there's a skeleton nearby, the wolf will actually take a grand total of, wait for it, 3 to 4 hits. Wow, even more. 5 hits to take out one single skeleton? And he's a little slow to boot. There we are, a total of 6 hits. Giving this good boy a bone collar, though, will not only change the color of the dog's collar, but will cause its attacks to be far more powerful. The dog will also have an incredible speed effect, 2 hitting any skeletons nearby. That is a major difference, though you're more likely to run into a spawn like this. Oh boy. Another mob not suitable for Minecraft is the bouldering zombie. This guy is capable of reaching you at incredible heights. The moment it detects that you're nearby, it's actually capable of climbing up various different types of stone in game. I'll show you that again right here. Going into creative, swapping back up, and in first person, you can actually see he mounts it as though it's nothing. Literally just walks right up it as though it is a set of stairs. Now, killing this guy isn't much of a problem, but you do get a new item for your trouble. What's more, the mob is actually capable of breaking out of various structures that happen to be made of cobblestone. It may take a while, but you never know when he's going to break through. Here's a better look at that wall breaking ability. Now, these climbing shoes are quite unique. Wearing them will actually allow you to have a power similar to the spider to be able to get up numerous different types of blocks, walls, and things of the like. But as you can see here, the more often you use them, the more quickly their durability goes down. And once you're out of that power, they will cease to work. In fact, they break. Speaking of climbing, the spider is another tough fit for a mob addition to the game. One thing you'll make note of is they will actually target passive mobs without any sense of remorse. And they'll go for you as well, and they come equipped with a new type of attack. It's known as a bone projectile, and they will from time to time fire them at you when they are in pursuit of you. This can be difficult to see. Oh, he just hit me with one of them, and as you can see there, it packs a serious punch. Now, if we can manage to get another one of these guys to spawn without actually hitting us, we have the ability to collect it and use it for a special item. There's one of them right there. So now that it's actually shot out, we can look to collect it. It's on the ground here. Bone shards. Actually, I'm gonna kill this guy. Well, the kill to be killed. What's your name? On top of that, this spider is immune to arrows. You cannot damage it with arrows. It is remarkably horrifying. You'll have to melee it if you want any chance of getting rid of it. But collect enough bone shards and grab yourself a horn whistle. If I've got a bunch of mobs hot on my tail, you can actually use the horn whistle to distract them. Wherever you blow it, they will actually end up staying at that place and being diverted. Why don't we try a more extreme example? We're gonna have them come all the way over there, and I'm gonna keep moving, but the zombies continue to head in that direction. It's only until they've reached it that they will divert back to you. On top of that, this horn has another cool use. In the event a skeleton pack spawns nearby, you can blow the horn to instantly tame any skeleton wolves and turn them over to actually aiding you in battle. Good boys. Now get the rest of these guys. Guys? Now, horned sheep are another mob originally found in Minecraft Earth. If a couple happen to be nearby each other, they will actually begin fighting each other until eventually one of them wins and causes the sheep to lose their own horns. It takes a lot of battling, but as you can see, it gets pretty gritty. There's one of the horns on the ground. Oh my gosh, these poor things. On top of that, these horned sheep will cause any nearby spiders targeting regular sheep to be attacked. So, if this bone spider were to consider taking out these sheep, you can see that the bone sheep will vigorously protect the regular sheep from any nearby bone spider. creatures, causing incredible knockback to the creature anytime it gets hit. As you may have expected, collecting the rounded horns that these horn sheep will drop can be combined with a helmet of some type to create an iron, diamond, gold, etc. horned helmet. And believe it or not, this thing's got some cool abilities as well. Running into mobs will actually cause them to be rammed about as you get nearby. This makes for some unique beach ball mechanics, which is actually kind of fun. But hey, try not to be too mean, would you? Oh, why wouldn't they add the Jolly Llama and his trader companion? What a fun Minecraft Earth-based mob that Mojang had put together. He's a little twitchy because he's ready for Christmas, but his trader comes with some pretty decent trades. 32 sticks for diamond, diamonds for a totem, wheat for golden apples, and a block of coal will get you a diamond sword. But what's even more impressive is what the Jolly Llama will give you if you feed it its favorite plant, fern. It will actually begin jumping for joy, dancing about, and spawning in, almost in Lucky Block-like fashion, various rare and valuable drops all over the place. On top of that, you can actually ride the Jolly Llama like you'd be able to a normal horse, although you cannot jump with him. These guys are exceedingly rare and only pop up, well, at least according to my funny head, around wintertime. So if you see one in your world, get as much as you can from it. And we'll revisit its final feature, but for now, how about the Melon Golem? Instead of a pumpkin as its head, any golems found nearby melons and in a snow area will instead have this as their head. And melon golems are quick to handle any hostile mobs that are nearby them, shooting out melon seeds and dealing some serious damage, unlike snowballs, which don't deal any damage. I mean, seriously, get enough of these melon golems nearby and you will have a serious defense system set up for any bad guys nearby. Look at this. This is wild. Though in more peaceful times, the melon golem can occasionally be seen riding on top of a Jolly Llama, and even still will be quick to defend with any hostiles that happen to be nearby. Hey man, I said quick to defend. Get with the picture. Thank you. Much better. Although your aim could be better too. Most unique of all though, any mob that happens to get killed by a melon golem will drop a special new type of melon. It's a magical melon slice. And eating it will give you various positive effects. So why exactly wouldn't Mojang want to add these to Minecraft? Well, I've got a couple ideas. We can't speak for them, but namely when it comes to the muddy pig, first and foremost, the ability for mobs to breed on their own could in theory cause problems for mob caps in game. On top of that, they do technically destroy blocks when they travel around and spread mud. Normally, Mojang doesn't add any sort of mob features that cause other blocks to change. It's all instead required to be done by the player. That's why iron golems don't attack creepers, so that they don't cause explosions. This apart from the fact that Minecraft Earth was shut down, and so hypothetically, all the mobs that were from it as well, such as with the case of the Furnace Golem, another Minecraft Earth option. Now, I don't necessarily have a problem, and I don't think Mojang would either, with the idea of an iron golem or a furnace golem taking out nearby mobs. It's more the case of how we designed this guy, where if you happen to have a stack of raw ore nearby and use it on this sucker, instant transmutation seems a little overpowered. You could argue that's a fair trade-off for not getting any experience smelting these. I think the real problem in theory would come from this incredible Ultra Blast Furnace, which again, as currently coded, has the ability to smelt ore way too fast. That would never happen. Now, in terms of the Lobber zombies, they just seem a little too overpowered compared to a typical Minecraft gameplay experience. I mean, they're essentially souped up witches that can not only harm your hunger, but seriously deal damage to your health as well, though they are particularly fun to contend with if you happen to be a more professional player. These ones were more a unique idea on our part as well, which is every reason to believe why Mojang wouldn't add it, because they probably don't watch these videos. On top of that, the climbing boots, while nice in theory, seem to fall a little bit outside the scope of what you'd expect to see within a Minecraft item. They just don't seem to feel right. I feel too much like I have a superpower by being able to use these. On top of that, the splash repel effect is a little bit overpowered too, though given it doesn't always cause you to miss out on the potions, you know, it could see as excusable, but I don't think it'd come from the Lobber zombie. Now, why wouldn't they add the Cluck shroom? Hard to tell, but at least as this one's been designed, I could see it being a little bit overpowered to be able to grow instant spore area areas that act as a sort of base to protect you from having any bad guys become a problem for you. I mean, a poison type that can actually deal damage to zombies is pretty wild, and you can get a farm of these going and get as many of these egg shrooms as you could desire. Though I do like the idea of it keeping you from dealing damage to you when you happen to be under the poison immunity effect. Still, it doesn't feel as Minecraft. This would never make it. Similar to this zombie here. Why they wouldn't add in skeleton wolf packs is somewhat beyond me. I see it as a perfect opportunity to add some lore to the skeletons in-game. And I love the idea of having these guys nearby and being able to have them turn on their skeleton at the blow of a horn. It is so poetic. The biggest thought I have behind that is that recently Mojang has been adding in mobs that for the most part are original in creation. More recently, their unique mobs are exactly that, not based on an existing animal or its skeleton. Now look, bouldering zombies are a fun idea, but I just don't see Mojang implementing anything that would allow mobs to scale walls like that doesn't already come with 8 legs. The spider's got a pretty fun niche area where it can reach you despite your height level under a lot of circumstances. To add it to another mob for no good reason seems a little counterintuitive. Plus, as you saw, this guy is capable of breaking cobblestone blocks, which is a throwback to what I was talking about a little earlier around mobs not oftentimes being added that can deal block damage in your world. Bone spiders are a fun idea, but in terms of implementation, hard to say. They are a pretty interesting mixture of both melee as well as ranged attacks, but apart from that implementation, I don't really see them getting a place inside the world of Minecraft. Also because I'm pretty sure my team just made this one up, so details. Oh, rude. To me, the horned sheep is another tragic story. They could easily fit within the Minecraft lore, but right now I just don't see them being added, especially because we now have goats in game, which fill a lot of a similar purpose to these horned sheep. Believe it or not, horned sheep were technically added to Minecraft Earth before goats were added to the official game either. So I'm pretty sure the goat of today is the horned sheep of yesteryear. Nice shot. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the idea of jolly llamas giving me bunches of good items by feeding them something as inexpensive as ferns is really appealing. But I shouldn't have to explain to you why this would never make it into the game. I mean, this is absurd. And shout out to Santa, thanks for all the presents. Finally, it doesn't seem obvious to me that by adding in melon golems, Minecraft would be doing any favors to the game. I mean, these melon slices essentially invalidate golden apples, and because you can create farms like this one, you wouldn't have any need for golden apples anymore. At least not major ones. These give some serious effects. But hey, which of these mobs would you add if you could?